Yeah, Julie, good morning to you. We've been talking about this all morning, that the president has decided that he's going to start pulling U.S. forces out of Syria. Well, we do have confirmation in a statement just a short time ago. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the press secretary, confirming all of that, saying, quote, 5 years ago, ISIS was a very powerful and dangerous force in the Middle East, and now the United States has defeated the territorial caliphate. These victories over ISIS in Syria do not signal the end of the global coalition or its campaign against ISIS. We have started returning United States troops home as we transition to the next phase of this campaign. No word yet on what the next phase is, though. The president first started talking about this last March, but dialed it back quickly after his national security team cautioned that the fight against ISIS was not over and that pulling U.S. forces out could give ISIS an opening to reconstitute. There was also the issue that Iranian forces were operating in Syria as well. This new posture regarding Syria comes a week after President Trump spoke with the Turkish president, Erdogan, over the telephone about all of this. Erdogan has been threatening to attack U.S.-backed Kurdish forces in the northeastern part of Syria, rather, because they're connected with Kurdish militants in Turkey. Now, a couple of questions here that the National Security Council has not bothered to answer this morning, despite our inquiries, and that is, A, if we pull U.S. forces out of Syria, what does that mean about Kurdish forces? Are we leaving them to their own devices against Turkey? We have left forces to fend for themselves before in Afghanistan. It didn't turn out well for the United States. The other issue is the National Security Advisor John Bolton specifically said ahead of the United Nations General Assembly back in September that U.S. forces would not be leaving Syria as long as Iranian-backed forces continue to operate in Syria. So a couple of open questions, Julia, that we do not yet have the answers to, though we have reached out to officials to try to get those answers.
Okay. What is the latest